right, so we're back. Dahmer, episode 8. At least, hopefully, we're about to learn about some justice. Okay, because he's arrested now.
Yeah.
We kind of learned a little bit of the neighbor's backstory last episode. So
She's still sick.
yeah.
So I'm going to take over because as beautiful as she sounds, it's just a little bit of clarity. Basically, we're just going to watch Dahmer. It's been, 2 weeks since we watched it last? We've been slacking on the Dahmer. So for my Dahmer loyalists, thank you for sticking around. I know it's we haven't been as scheduled as we'd like. But let's blame Lisa because she's dying. She keeps dying more and more.
And then I'm like, hey, I'm feeling better. And then I woke up this morning with double pink eye.
Yeah,
and
her
I'm
eyes.
Like, are you kidding me?
She was like, she looked, I was like, she sent me a picture because I've not slept in the same room as her because she's trying to kill everyone with her sickness. And and she's like, look at my eyes. In the picture, I was like, well, are you bleeding out of those things?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, she's basically giving Eskimo kisses to... Never mind.
All right, let's get started.
Let's get started. Hit that like button for me. Like if you love stabbies.
We're past that, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I hope.
Man, people love crime.
True.
Not like the...
Especially women.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, we're back to this. Okay.
I need to turn on subtitles.
Well, I'm definitely coming at this with a different perspective now than I was first episode.
So far, I don't really see Lionel as a monster. I just kind of see him as an absent father sometimes.
Oh, yeah. And I don't see him as a monster either.
Could I see him?
He's a father. I mean, you know something's up, but...
Yeah,
you never know something's up, you know?
Yeah, you might see something, like maybe he treats someone poorly or he's a little weird, but to this extent, but, you know.
Right.
See, as a father, I can only try and put myself in this guy's shoes.
Guess I really done it this time, huh?
Yes, that would really bum me out to hear that. I don't know why. I'd be like, yes, son.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dad. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Go on.
I wouldn't say it's okay.
I don't remember from episode 1, though. Did they really tell him everything, or?
Well, I think we just got that he got all the info that they have so far.
I gotta...
Yeah, I don't know what you would say.
And I'm sure as a father, he has some level of sympathy because
where to begin.
he knows the mental illness that Dahmer's had his whole life.
Yeah, now he knows everything too, so it's all come to light. He's also realizing a lot.
The guilt I'm sure he has on himself.
She sends her love.
Oh, Grandma knows then?
I don't know.
No, she...
Should we get around to fixing that AC?
He's like, oh, my son's really insane then. Like, he's not even showing any remorse. Just talking about, like, regular things.
I didn't realize how sick you were. You need help.
Yes.
No, like from a professional.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a professional for this.
Yeah, I think we're...
you can be treated.
Yeah, but the crimes were still committed, unfortunately, you know?
Because I have to hope you can get better.
Also true. As a father, yeah.
Because I didn't raise you to be like this.
Nobody does.
So why'd you do it? See?
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's not going to cut it. I don't need you to say sorry.
Oh, man, I don't like this.
Because there needs to be some responsibility here. What you've done to the family, to Grandma.
Yeah, see, Grandma knows. You can't keep that away from Grandma. She would have figured it out.
Do you have any idea how this all started?
Thinking about it. Remember when you used to take me to go and find roadkill and...
Oh, no. No. It's not my fault. I didn't do this. I was a good dad to you.
I know.
You know, I mean, what you did, I didn't teach you how to do that.
Oh, man.
I didn't do this.
He didn't. It's just... I can only imagine he thinks there's
But to
probably
hear
more he
that,
could
this
have
is where
done.
it started.
Yeah.
You know?
He's thinking, oh, hey, it's mom.
Target black and Latino gay men. Do you think these were hate crimes? Leave me alone.
Dude, the press are the worst. Like journalists sometimes, they get a bad rap, and sometimes there's good journalism, and then there's like harassment and
Yeah.
Isaac Richards.
oh, she's just trying to treat. She's at work. I thought she was going to the police
snap.
station or something.
Have the results of your HIV test. You're negative.
Okay. Why?
She looked like
Yeah.
he was like, oh,
Yeah,
God.
that is not how you want to get that news, seeing your doctor cry. He's like, thank God. Also, your son, murderer. Oh, man. She's got to feel a lot of guilt, though. She left for so long. Oh. She was not a good mom. But she had her troubles, too.
Ma'am, why are you crying?
I'm just so happy you don't have to give your mother any bad news.
I can't help but feel bad for so many. Obviously, all the family, but the victim. There's just an endless list of people you just,
I'm up early.
I don't know,
Came to bed.
show empathy for.
Yeah.
This isn't healthy.
My schedule's all messed up.
Yeah.
Just to rest.
It's impossible to rest when you're like, your
Then we need
brain's
to
like
see a
scattered
doctor
like
and
this.
get you some sleeping pills.
That'll do it. Yeah, more pills. That's just what this family needs. You know, thousands. She was sleeping pills, sedatives, seizure
I'm glad
medication.
that he's reflecting on this.
And you can't blame Joyce.
I mean, like, I'm
But you
not.
can't,
Fuck,
yeah.
I can't.
Sherry's actually kind of being pretty level-headed.
It's his fault, too.
She wasn't a mother.
And he knows that. I think that's why he's so upset.
There's a mix, but some of us is
And
right
then she
too,
just
though.
left.
But you know,
And he left, too.
Summer, Lionel.
yeah. See, Sherry's being pretty level-headed.
And he knows. He knows. It's hard.
I should have checked up on him. I should have checked up on him.
But you didn't know.
How could he? How could anyone know? You know, like I know there's signs and all that.
Half of that boy is me. I've had thoughts like him, I think. Use fireworks and I would tie
I think
little
everyone
onions
does this.
to them. And one day I brought a homemade bomb. I threw it out the goddamn window, for Christ's sake. I had fantasies like him, too, I think. I don't know.
I wonder how much this
I
is
get to
true.
do whatever I wanted.
There's a difference between kind of like fantasizing
And I used to sit in church
and like full-on acting on things.
and think what it would be like to kill someone, to murder them.
It just makes me so sad about the mental health crisis.
Yeah.
Kill
And the way
someone.
mental health was approached back then, it just wasn't. It was like, push it down, you know, and don't tell anyone.
But you didn't. You just look at David. He's got half your DNA, and he's a nice, normal kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like genetic. It's
Mm?
it's not like
I'm not saying Dahmer's
To
is all
that-
genetic, but it's some
so mental illnesses and whatnot.
Genetics
yes,
play a
I
factor.
understand that,
But the thing about his mom being on pills, I remember thinking that from the beginning. That
It's
has to
it does have a factor, I'm sure.
a
and then
huge factor.
the
If even
postpartum and all
just
that.
drinking alcohol or just smoking
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah.
have a impact on the fetus. He's like, this is my house, man.
Does he have dementia?
You're scaring her. You have no right to be
This is a crime scene, sir.
dementia. You come in here, you start going through her stuff, she's gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Aw.
Let me put her in her room. We'll be out of your way, please.
Yeah, how rude of them, honestly. It's a crime scene, I know, but like,
Yeah. Like Like
Have some
she's got
respect. This is her house.
severe dementia. Aw, that's mom. AKA grandma also.
But Milwaukee is hurting. I come here today not to sow division, but to call for accountability.
Yeah, he's the guy who got free.
Turned a blind eye, which is why he was able to do what he did for so long.
Fair.
You're lucky you've got a strong leader in Police Chief Areola.
Uh-oh. That puts him on the spot.
Especially that incident involving that young boy, Thomas Sentasaphone.
You know, some people, I know, like, a lot of leaders get a bad rap for things.
Let's sweep this under the rug.
Man, they can really control a crowd. Like, some people, like,
Yeah.
To murder 17 young men, many of them black and brown, prevails for all
you know,
citizens in
people
this
use it for
city.
good and bad all the time. I'm just pointing that out. It's
Right.
just, it's a crazy
Will not rest.
skill
We
set
will not rest.
that
Right.
it's hard. You can teach it to a degree, but some people just have this charisma that is just, you see them just the way they walk. You're like, who is this guy? Or
Martin
lady,
Luther
or-
King Jr. versus
yeah.
Malcolm X, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Two different ways to.
approach things, yeah.
You ignored witnesses. You didn't do a background check on Dahmer.
We didn't see a need to do a background check on
Well, if you
Dahmer.
Ha
Look, the kid looked like an adult, all right?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I guess
A
that's why you had to
boyfriend
deloused after
thing.
the incident.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Then there's Glenda Cleveland, Dahmer's neighbor, but you ignored her request.
Whose side are you on, Chief?
This isn't about sides. You both
Right.
screwed up.
The side of right.
The whole damn country's breathing down my neck.
You're supposed to have our backs.
No, that's not how it works. See,
No.
that's actually the problem. Like when I was in the Navy, we had the same
make a
issue.
final
It's just people trying to protect themselves and.
And I mean, to an extent, I also understand.
Our union reps are going to fight this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Police union is very powerful.
Long after you.
But you want to have your boss having your back,
yeah.
you know, because there are going to be situations where the cops are in the right.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we feel that as teachers too sometimes when
I think
parents
Tracy
complain.
Edwards is the guy who kind of. I read something about the comments. He didn't. His life kind of spiraled.
Right?
Well, I mean,
Oh, you told me about that. Didn't he end up murdering someone?
I think so. I could be wrong.
And he's got a story that's a Geraldo exclusive. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I think that was someone else. I don't know.
With Jeffrey Dahmer. How did you meet him?
Jeff was none of your books.
And where did this...
At his house, stepmother was like a stepmother from hell.
It's just all lies.
Dahmer's second wife, Sherry.
Told me that he was sexually molested by his
Oh,
mom.
so this is sensational TV, basically. Yeah, I don't know why you would watch that, by the way.
Well, sweetheart, what can you do?
I don't know. I don't.
Every time there's like a heinous crime, if you look at the comments, it's always like, well, where were the parents? It's always the same. They always blame parents. It's crazy.
Because a lot of things are.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
and they're not wrong, but it sucks to be labeled immediately without any kind of due evidence.
Right. I mean, we're all responsible for our own actions, but
No, yeah.
a lot of things stem from your childhood upbringing.
Yeah, but who can say that because of this parenting, he killed?
What do they say? It's not good.
How was it? 21 people?
People want to kill you. They want you dead.
I have a lot to say on that, honestly.
All
I
right,
don't
we'll
wanna,
save it
like-
for the end. We'll save
Yeah.
it for the end.
Doesn't have the death penalty.
Oh, they're talking about bringing it back.
Because of him.
It doesn't help anybody for you to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Yeah, it does. There's no way he doesn't. All right.
We have to convince the judge that you're insane, Jeff.
And he is.
He is. Yeah, he really is. But
Insane.
yeah. Are you for real?
No, I wasn't then either.
He's trying to help his kid.
Jeff.
No. There's a line.
He's still trying to rationalize
You
this.
could masturbate.
But it wasn't crazy. It was.
Yeah.
Had a compulsion, which means you couldn't stop.
You'd wake up and you'd remember what you did.
Because I was blackout drunk, Dad.
He's being
But
honest.
I knew what I was doing.
That's not what you want to hear.
It's also
in this
like,
case.
Couldn't help myself. I'm not insane.
not that has anything linked to
Yeah,
like being
I
a
don't-
terrible person, but like the extreme honesty, you know?
Yeah, but he wasn't. He would lie to people. So he's just.
We got something, okay? We got a legal precedent. What this guy did, it's just very simple.
Was that case? Was that?
Oh, listen.
This was in Plainfield.
Was Hannibal Lecter a real
November
person?
16th, 19. Her son tells the police
Oh,
that
Ed Gein.
a man by the name of Ed Gein.
This guy was insane.
So they go to his house.
Like, this is from where the Chainsaw Massacres is based off of, I believe. I could be off.
And find a shed.
Jesus Christ.
The woman's body. So they arrest him. Hours straight, he just sits there.
Like an apple pie.
And there's just body parts everywhere.
This guy was pretty
He had skulls on his bed.
brutal.
Just like you, Jeff, you said you tried to dig up a body once. He did it like 30, 40 times digging up bodies.
Did he have sex with the bodies he dug up?
Okay, Jeff.
What
The
the
point
hell?
is, he killed a lot of people too, okay? He entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, and he didn't spend the rest of his life in prison, in a hospital, getting the psychiatric help that he needed.
I've heard that is worse.
Yeah. It's way worse. People think you get treated differently or, like, better, and it's not really the case.
That does sound familiar. I've read about him.
Ugh.
As a comic book, I read about him, I think. Spooky stuff.
A fucking comic book. Who writes a
These
comic book
people
like that?
are the worst.
Yeah, we hold fast and stick with the insanity. We don't argue the murders aren't gruesome. They are.
Kinda. But,
Mr. Dahmer was of sound mind and not legally insane.
This is so hard, like morally,
All of the
to determine,
15 counts of
if death
first-degree
penalty is
murder
right or
he's
wrong.
confessed to, that he will be sent to prison.
so he's not criminally insane. All right.
Court is adjourned till Monday at 9 a.m.
Because I believe some people don't deserve to live for what they've done, but I also believe that I don't deserve to make that call.
That judgment.
Like it's the judgment call that feels like the morality issue for me.
I'm a fan of being judged by a jury of your peers, but I don't ever know what that means. Because it should be like, I don't know, how do people not have an unbiased opinion in this?
Yeah, there's like a vetting process before you can be on a jury.
Yeah, but when it's this big,
I don't know, honestly.
So you're saying this is my fault?
no, that's not what he's saying.
No,
but
he's not.
Yeah, well,
You
as
should-
of now,
Jerry, the mediator.
I mean, and I've not heard a word from you about the awful lies they're spreading about me.
Nobody's fault.
You think
It's not
that I
about
did
who's
this
to
to him
blame.
when you're
It's
cutting
sticking
up
together
roadkill with him
as
in
a
the
family.
fucking garage?
No, this isn't helping anything.
You still on those pills, huh? How many you fucking taking?
Lionel, stop it!
See,
And
Lionel.
the doctor who prescribed,
There's so much.
Yeah, that's why
There's
I'm
a
like with
long
this
list.
case. It
Yeah,
is
but
so complex.
also it's
He did what he did, but I'm saying so many things went wrong up until that point. And even during that point, so many outside factors still went wrong.
there's no one saying I probably could have done it better. No one's taking any accountability across the board.
May I help you?
I'm Joyce Flint.
I know who you are. What did you want, Miss Flint?
Let me just say how deeply, deeply sorry I am for what happened, for what my son to your grandson Curtis.
Why are you there?
Why are you here, Miss Flint?
Drink.
Because to ask if might be willing on behalf of Jeff.
On behalf of Jeff?
Is this like tampering with evidence or witness?
Consider sending him to a mental facility and not to prison.
Beat down. I would want to give her a beat down right there.
I can't even understand.
Ooh, be like, you know what? I feel like my life is threatened right now.
Yeah.
Get off my property.
What state are we in?
Ooh.
I feel for you, ma'am. I do. But maybe now it's time for you to listen to somebody else's truth.
Yep. Yep.
Let's hear the first impact statement.
That's hard. I get it. I'm like.
But also kind of brave of her.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
I understand. Yeah. I agree.
I don't know.
But just.
Came to this country by boat.
Oh. The,
it's just bringing me back to that judge I want to beat down.
Oh, yeah. That judge is a piece of shit, too.
Someone said that didn't happen exactly like that.
But now we're living in a nightmare.
I want to know how the brother feels who got away.
He robbed us of our dream.
As a mother, I would probably die. Like
I don't know how you can do
of
that.
heartbreak or something, because I know that can happen to people, and I can't imagine being able to get through that, listening to these things about my child.
In the mental state he's put our family in. But I'd just like to read a poem that, why are you attacking me, Jeffrey?
Oh, Jesus.
See that each one is a cry for help and realize that I want to live.
Why did this happen to a person?
What's the name of the boy that he loved?
He gave so
Or
many
love, or whatever you want to call it. Do you remember the name of that guy?
Tony?
Tony.
I don't remember what his name was. I think that's what
When you killed my brother, my mother, and father.
My name is Donald Bradoff.
Is this a brothel guy?
No.
My mother gave 5 beautiful kids. He destroyed the baby of the family. And I hope you go to hell. I got a lot of strength. Thank you all. Bless America.
That's a weird way to end that, but all right.
Does he have some sort of mental illness, though? Seemed like an odd way to word things.
Oldest grandchild from her. Can never forgive you.
But yet I'm not far away. 2 fingers and 1 thumb means I love you in sign language.
Oh, that's the mom of the...
Yeah. Yeah, babe. It's definitely Tony's mom.
It's not funny.
What?
You're so
How do you not know that, though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Imagine having to speak at these things.
Who is that?
Probably the...
My name is Rita Isbell.
His
and
mom
I'm the
came to
oldest
speak.
Sister of Errol Lindsay. I'm mad. This is how you act when you are out of control. Jeffrey, I hate you. I hate you. This is out of control. Look at me. Look at me.
I understand you have a
Oh,
statement
jeez.
you'd like to read.
How's there still 2 episodes?
More to the story.
Yeah, but fuck.
It is over now. I didn't ever want freedom. Frankly, I wanted death for myself. I knew I was sick or evil or both. The doctors have told me about my sickness, and now I have some peace. I know how much harm I have caused. I feel so bad for what I did to those poor families.
To 15 consecutive life terms in prison.
So he's not getting out.
I'm good.
Oh, you poor woman.
I don't think they allow this anymore. I think you just go, right?
I have no idea. So hard. I can't imagine ever stopping loving your child
Yeah.
and feeling awful for it at the same time.
Something I gotta tell you. Blaming everybody except myself. I'm the one to blame. Okay, you don't have to say that. Okay, it's me. I did this to you. Made you feel like you could tell me about that stuff.
Too, but it's not his fault.
I had those same feelings.
Things could have been different.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Communication's always good.
It helped you enough when you needed it.
Oy.
I wasn't a good father. I wasn't because I wasn't a good husband.
Oh, that's a lot.
Whoa, man, I can't believe that I left you alone. I'll never forgive myself. Make it up to you. I'll visit you every week and I'll call.
So sad.
Yeah,
But I find it impossible to put into words.
Do you think he commit suicide?
Seems like it.
For the part I played in all of this. It is simply too painful to do so. I failed you, Jeff. I wasn't the mother you needed.
She has another son, too.
To my son, David, please forgive me. I love you and your brother. I tried my best.
Oh, man. It's a one way to go.
Good thing no one lit a match or her letter would be gone, too.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Do you remember that Christmas before Jeff went in the Army?
I don't know how she's living with
I just
this.
got off the phone with David, but he said that Joyce tried to kill herself.
Oh, jeez. She's okay, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll call him.
He's heard those words so many times.
Yeah, but he never reacted like this. Like, he's actually... Wait.
I know,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's not. He
Yeah,
is
that's true.
desensitized to an extent.
He has heard that often.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, no.
Glad to be back on the force. It was nice to know that somebody has your back.
This is the worst. Literally, this is the worst. This is why there's 2 more episodes.
I am more mad at those people. I mean, like, I think I've said, oh, I can't with this. I cannot with this.
Let that Conorick boy go back to Jefferson.
I get why people want to resort to violence sometimes because the justice system failed there.
Mayor said they're gonna appeal the decision.
And if that fails?
Return to Milwaukee.
The next fight. And the next.
What the heck? That's bizarre. But also, like, we knew that was going to happen. That's what always happens. It's always an internal investigation. Look, people who internally investigate their stuff, they generally don't bring it out. They don't. The police union's very
There's a lot
very
that has
tight-knit.
changed in regards to internal investigations on the police force, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's still internal. It's like a different. It's not like an action. They're not. I don't know how to explain. I don't know about it, so I'm not even gonna bother. Crazy episode. It was nice hearing. I know this is all fiction, but real. It was nice finally hearing statements from all the victims' families, or at least the people who spoke. And
I hope in these next episodes that we get to see like what sort of justice
I don't think
came forward, or like what happened to the families. What did they get? Like I don't know.
I think this is just gonna show us some awful things. I think it just keeps going bad. There's no happy ending to this, so it's unfortunate.
And see, this is like okay, because this kind of stuff gets you really thinking about what's going on in the world now and how we react to things as a society and stuff, because you see things like this and it's like, oh my gosh, this is what a terrible thing with all these injustices, right? But you got to be careful.
What? Okay, yeah. Yeah, obviously. Like, there's always... Anyone who wants power has a high level of probably going to... or a chance of... probability of abusing that power.
Well, you got to... I mean, because what I'm saying is sometimes... I mean, people are trying to change the narrative of, like, history.
Yeah. That's common. People try and change the narrative of
story
that came out yesterday. It's always how it goes.
But I mean, like in actual like academics, like in history books, and what we are and aren't allowed to teach students, and the way that we're allowed to say things to students, and it's almost to the point where I get not wanting to like put terrible things in the minds of young children because terrible things have happened in history, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't teach this stuff, like not to this degree, maybe obviously at like elementary school, but as they get to like high school, if you don't teach this stuff, history could repeat itself. Yeah. And when it comes to racism, I just feel so strongly about that because so many people, like their plea is that this was so long ago, everyone has a fighting chance now, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, it's not that long ago when people are still alive who were around for segregation and who were around for like, what do you call them, those sundown towns or whatever and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy.
All right, so episode 8 was cool. I don't know. I guess I always try not to watch the Dahmer show. Like, I kind of regret watching it just because it's so dark. And after every episode, I feel like I need to go take a shower. But we're just trying to get through it, and I do enjoy it because I like seeing a lot of the different perspectives that I didn't even think about. Like, you just think, oh, just heinous crimes happen, a lot of sad stuff happen, but you don't realize the actual impact it has on the community. And when you like in our little small town in Texas, it's not small, but in Texas, like if that was happening today, like the impact on the community as someone who lives here would probably be felt differently than someone who's watching it 30 years later on a Netflix show. So it's just interesting to me. And hit the like button. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Bye.